Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So we have got Maglor C of NLBE Lowlands Stewards, I'm going to pronounce that as. Yeah. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but I don't really want to raise red flags with it. So yeah, we've got a viewer from my Twitch streams, and yeah, that is actually quite interesting because Maglor did actually say last week to me that we have actually faced each other in Grand Arena before, so that was actually a small quirk because neither of us knew each other at the time. So yeah, I might try and put a link to our matchup on screen. I did win, I believe, but yeah, I can't actually remember exactly how it went, so I'm gonna have a closer look at it. I had a little look on stream when he told me, but I'm curious how we both got on, because if anything, it'd be fun to see how the accounts have progressed a little since that. So, yeah, in the meantime, let's just see how Maglor's getting on right now, though. Let's not just go reminiscing into the past. So, yeah, let's have a deep dive into his roster. Okay, so Maglor. 2 GLs, we've got JMK and we've got JML, so congratulations there. I am going to take a stab in the dark that maybe you got JML first and then got JMK, but that is purely speculative. Again, I've not asked you, I cannot remember, so purely speculative. Just looking at this, we've got Gas, DR, JKR, Malik, and we've got JKL. So quite the full set there. The only one missing out of my little selection is the Executor. And for all I know, you're working on it, so we might see that in a moment. As far as stats, 5.4 million GP, so quite safe to say you've jumped ahead of Crimson. I believe it was Crimson you faced. Yeah, Crimson's about 4.9, so you've had a good 500,000 jump. Top 80 of 2.1, top 65 1.81, or 811, looking quite solid there. Complete GP 2.165, so just under half of your account. Well, actually, just under 2.7. I was really struggling to count that. 2.7, so yeah, just a little shy of half, but to be honest, that's about right. You'd want your character GP to be more, so you're looking solid. Now, first time I've been able to include armies on this list, simply because up until now, I haven't seen a lot of armies. You know, it's been like maybe 1s and 2s, but I thought I'd better put them on the list because they are going to start being counted. So we've got 101 Zetas and 2 Omicrons, so quite interesting. Yeah, we'll have a look, see what who you've given them to. We've got 61 Gear 13s. They're spread out as 1 Relic 9. Now, I'm going to just spoil a little bit here as far as your guild, NLBE. To my knowledge, they are not capable of getting Relic 9 materials from Territory Wars. So I think, if I'm right in saying, you're paid to play, or at least you have paid to get those. So, what I will say, I have seen your Relic 9, and it was a worthy choice. So, we will deep dive in a minute, but honestly, I do not blame that one bit. If I was to pay one thing on a Relic 9, it would be that. So yeah, besides that, we've got 8 Relic 8s, so congratulations there. You got 10 Relic 7s, 3 Relic 6s, 25 Relic 5s, 14 Relic 4s and below. You're doing good on the 5s. I'm a bugger for it. I say it so often. I need to work on getting more to 5. So well done on actually doing better than I'm doing there. Then we look at speed breakdowns. You could do with up in that 25s. I think that is just a little bit low. I'd say that your GP should be looking for at least 10 plus quite comfortably. 20 pluses, again, I think could be a little higher. Yeah, I think 30's a little low. 77's, again, just a little low. By no means are you going to be bad. I think that, you know, you could still outspeed a fair bit of competition. But again, I'm using my own accounts for comparison, and yeah, I just feel like that is a little low. And then finally, offense mods. I think I did a typo here because it isn't 9 and 9. I believe it is 9 and 0. Let's just double check that. It's 9 and 0. I did a typo. So you've got 9 mods between 4 and 6% offense, and you've got 0 over 6%. So that's kind of where that came from. So enough of that. Let's have a look at your actual meat and drink. Let's have a look at your roster. Okay, so a lot of nice stuff on this top shelf, but as always, we're going to go faction by faction. So let's start at the top, 5-0 first. Maybe one day I'll start the Sith and work up. You know know what, actually, let's do that for today. Sorry, Fiver first. You go and get relegated to last team here. We'll just go and mix things up for a giggle. So, yeah, let's go to Sith Empire. So, have a look at Darth Malak. Playing around, I want to try things. Okay, so, tenacity. Okay, now I did bring this up last time, and I still think it's worth bringing it up. If you're using Malak as a solo in GA, by all means mod for tenacity. In fact, one of my most recent GA streams, I did show my current Malak with less tenacity, shall we say. And it was tough doing a solo. Not impossible, we won the battle, but it was still tough. The reason I've stopped modding for tenacity, it all comes down to Revan, and Revan's ability to decrease tenacity via ferocity. So, if I'm reading this correct, and I've got to get into this a bit more in my own mind, but at the start of each Sith Empire ally's turn, they gain 5 stacks of ferocity for 2 turns. Now remember, ferocity, minus 15% tenacity per stack. So straight away, at the start of battle, he's down with 75% tenacity. So for yourself, you're at 200%, which I've got to praise you for. That is great getting him up to that level as far as the effort. The way I look at it though, straight away first turn, he's down to 125% tenacity. Now, it might not sound bad that, I'm going to say it's still over 100, you're doing solid. But he will go down again. As soon as Revan uses Force Storm, which is usually a couple of turns in after Malak's taken a turn, yeah, another stack of ferocity is going to land, and it's going to be another 15% times 5. So it's going to be another 75% down. It'll go down to 50% tenacity. Now, that is better than some, I will say. If you've got, say, 150, then yeah, he's just going to get wiped out entirely. Whereas you've got him all the way up to 200, so you've done incredible with the tenacity. But what I would say, is it worth it? Is it worth having, you know, having all that tenacity on, and when Revan's done 2 moves, he goes down to just 50%? Because for me, that is a lot of modding for what eventually will become very unnoticed. So yeah, that'd be the way I'd be looking at it. I like the idea, especially if you're doing solos in GA, but at 203, after 2 turns from Revan, he's going to go down to 53%. And it's not going to be that good then, is it? So, again, if you're doing it for solos in GA, by all means, just keep putting him in, because Malak, he'll do solid. In fact, if you're going to use Malak in a Sith team other than a Sith Empire team, keep the tenacity on, because again, it's good modding. In fact, I'm very impressed you've got that level of tenacity on him. But yeah, I would actually say if you are keeping him with the Sith Empire, put protection on. Just stack him up protection or speed or even offense. Just try and make him more tanky or more annoying, because the tenacity under Revan, it's not going to do much. So I'll keep bringing that up whenever I see it with someone who's doing tenacity mod sets, just for the simple fact I know people don't watch every one of these. But I think it's important. It was Zareth who got me clued in on this when I was watching one of his videos, so I'm sharing the credit there, obviously, as far as he was the one who put it out there. I'm just spreading the word. Treat me like a gospel, if you like. But yeah, he sold me on the idea. Okay, so your Darth Revan, 316. Okay, not the fastest, but you've got 2 GLs. I have to kind of lower my expectations when you start seeing multiple GLs. So yeah, 316, it's pretty solid that. I think if you can improve those mods, like I said when I was looking at your stats, you will get a faster Darth Revan. Because how I would view it, your GL teams are now taking up the speed. But then once the GL teams have been given the speed and you're able to farm more speed mods, someone like Revan will be afforded one. So that'd be the way I'd be looking at it. Can you farm more mods for Revan? Okay. Next up, BSF. 278. Okay, this is another thing I'm thinking about as far as how this team works. And again, I was pointed to this quite recently. I think it was from one of my guild mates. And it all comes down to Malak's speed. If you can get Malak faster than BSF, the turn order goes that, assuming you're faster, obviously, first turn, Revan is going to use Insanity, I believe. Just checking and getting my names right. Insanity, yeah. He's going to land Insanity. If it's a mirror match, it'll be on the other Darth Revan. If it isn't, whoever, it's usually the leader he's going for. Second turn, Malak goes. Then Malak, if you're playing it, will use torture. Well, you will use torture. If it's the AI, it will probably do torture as well, because the AI will go for a special over a basic. So at that point, he's going to be getting shock, or he's going to be applying shock to him. That means he will taunt. And at that point, just supposing you're doing a mirror, you're not going to be able to get past Malik. So that their Darth Revan will have to go for Malik instead of your Revan. It just gives you a little bit of options, especially as I can see you farming up Sith Marauder. If you've got Sith Empire Trooper, this modern strategy isn't as important. But if you do like that option, a bit like myself, of having an early double tank, it's really nice because it just protects Revan, it keeps BSF safe as well. Just a nice little way of modding. And then if you can get that BSF follows Malik quite close after, it just keeps that turn order nice and smooth. So, just a bit of advice for you there. Alright, let's have a look at your Sith as a whole. Relic 7 Vader. Let's see how you've got him modded. Okay, so you've gone for offense and potency. Let's have a look at your stats. 249 speed. You've got over 100% potency. I'm loving that. And 7,912 damage. Alright. Offhand, I don't know what my own Vader's damage is on Temin. I'm just going to have a very quick look at that. Okay, so I've just had a look at my own. I was curious by comparison, you know. The physical damage on mine, same relic level, is 7,608. Now, I've got a crit damage set as well, and I've got crit damage primary on the triangle. So, I'm getting the crit damage, and I'm getting close to your offense. So what we'll say as well, maybe I've put better mods on. Maybe I've just been able to afford better mods and therefore my Vader's just punching that bit harder. But I'm looking at that and thinking, I would say there is room to improve. And I'm saying it just from the point of view that I like my Vader. I'm really enjoying him at the moment. When I use Vader on my other account, Crimson, it's Rally 3 by comparison to the 7, but still I don't like it. I feel like it's too slow, it doesn't hit hard enough. So I wouldn't say it's down to crit damage, the actual numbers you're putting out or anything. In fact, you might like the numbers you're putting out, so I'm not going to say it's wrong or anything ridiculous. That is wrong. Yeah. Get rid. I'm sorry, I know the potency's there. I do love the potency. I've got to praise you for it, but... I'm going to say, defense on Vader. Bleh. Please. Please, no. Please. Yeah, this one looks unfortunate. You've obviously gone for the right mod set. You've got potency primary, but even though you've got the 2 offense secondaries, you haven't really rolled them. You've got a roll on the speed, but then the tenacity's rolled 3, so that is a very unfortunate one. Oddly enough, that would probably work on someone like Malik, because tenacity you don't really want on him. I know I've just been saying this, but he's one of the few toons who could possibly benefit from the offense and the potency and the speed. I'm trying to think who else could. I mean, maybe someone like BSF. Maybe she could benefit from it if you got some rolls on the speed, I guess. Yeah, that's a very awkward mod because that doesn't really suit Vader. If you got the tenacity at 1 roll and one of the 2 offenses at 3, it'd be good as is. But if you took that to 6, hang on, if you took that to 6E, you would then have 4 rolls to gamble on these 3 rolling. So, yeah, I wouldn't really gamble on that myself. Have a look at this one. You've got speed, got good stack of offense, you've got crit chance, that's looking much better. Speed, offense, yeah, that's a lot better. You've got potency. Speed, offense, potency, loving it. And then speed, potency, offense. Okay, so your offense mods here are very solid. Just really need to tweak those potency mods. Maybe it's something where you can just keep farming potency mods for a couple of days and you'll end up landing on what you want. But yeah, right now, they don't look that great, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Yeah, that defense pains me. I mean, I do play things up for comic effects sometimes, but in all honesty, I'm sure you know that's got to change. Again, I love the potency there. I can understand why it's there, but yeah, that defense is really just taking away from what Vader can do. Alright, we're going to move on. I won't dwell on it any more than I have. I think we can leave what's down here. I don't think there's anything that really needs screaming from the rooftops, so let's just move on. Let's go to your Seppies. Okay, so we knew there were going to be a few of these here for your JMK requirements. Let's just check your Grievous. All health mods, good start. Are we over? Ooh, we're just quite a bit shy. We're at 133. Crit damage looks right. So let's see if there's anything you can improve. You got your double health there. Got health primary there. Got crit damage with a little bit of health there. That's probably a mod to roll. Ooh, I'm saying to roll and then... Ooh, that one I'm not too sure about. The potency isn't the worst thing if it rolled. But the defense and protection you're not going to get much out of. Yeah, that one's very awkward. In fact, I wouldn't have said that was a good mod for him. Obviously it's health mod. It's got health secondary, but... Yeah... You could do a... I mean... You don't need speed on Vader, not on Vader, on Grievous. You don't need it. But I feel like I still stick by that golden rule. If it's not got speed, don't take to 6E. I mean, really, if it's not got any speed, you don't take it beyond level 12 on Greys. But, yeah. That one's quite awkward. If it got, like, 2 health, I'd be saying, oh, go on, roll it, because you could get... You've got a 50% chance of rolling something good. But yeah, when you've only got 1 and the other 3 are kind of meh, you think, yeah, just not worth it. Yeah, you've got a touch of health there, a bit of speed. Speed and health. Potency again. You've got some good potency stats, I will give you that. Ooh, potency primary there. Okay, so maybe there's an argument that potency's alright as far as trying to get Grievous wounds, implement the target lock. I'm not going to deny that. How I view it though, it's just as wise getting the health on him. When you think how much of his kit inflicts max health damage, it's definitely worth getting max health on him. I mean, you're Relic 7 now. You've got Relic 8, so I'm assuming you can get more. This is a good Relic 8, just for the health increase. So if you didn't want to go about it with just mods, Relic 8 isn't a bad investment. But honestly, one easy way to get the health up, just put health primary there. I mean, when you think 16% health, you know, you've got a little bit here with 4.7, but 16 by comparison is massive. So just try and get that health mod on him. Then if you can just slip in a few health percent secondaries, a bit like that. Like I say, that is good. The secondaries around it are what lets it down. Yeah, you've got... I mean, that one's all right. I would say roll that. You've got a 50% chance of rolling something with health there. The speed's there as well, just in case it ever had to be moved off Grievous and you need it make someone fast and speedy. So that is a good mod to roll. But yeah... Needs a little bit of work, that. Okay, we're going to have a very quick glance at Django and what. You got crit damage, crit chance. 256 speed, I'd say that's on the slow side a little bit. Damage looks alright. Going to say 7,000 odd, that looks quite nice. Going to say you got crit damage there, offense there. One thing I would say, just as a PSA to everyone who's just watching this, always try and touch his health pool up a little bit. Simple reason being, notorious reputation. He gets death pen, but he also gains 50% max health. It's nothing major. You know, you could argue increase the protection pool so that when he actually drops below his protection and kills someone, he recovers a lot more protection. But honestly, I just like that idea that he's got a lot of max health. It's harder to kill him when he's got more max health. Again, maybe it's a modding preference, but I've started trying to get a few health secondaries in there alongside the offense. Again, it's an attempt. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it or out, nothing ridiculous, but if you can do it, try and do it. Okay, we got speed there, obviously speed there, protection, defense, hit defense, speed, health, speed, health, speed, health, defense, health, speed, protection. Yep, that looks pretty solid. There's nothing too out of the world there for what. You could do speed him up a little bit. I mean, I'm not always doing this, but I do believe you should try and get 6Es or at least on your Relic 7s. I mean, when you think they're the third highest investment in the game, and the vast majority of the gaming populace can't get the highest. So in some places in this game, Relic 7's the second highest. So me personally, I would at least try and get 6Es on, just so that you're actually putting some modding love into these Relic 7s. But again, that's sure cool. If you think you need your Relic 7, or not your Relic 7s, but your 6Es elsewhere, use them there. GBA, let's have a look. Fair chunk of protection, bit of speed. How's your crit chance? 47.5, or 47.76. The way I'd look at it, right? It's not bad, that. I do keep this in mind. If you can just slice little bits of crit chance into these mods, it just gives you that second cleanse, just in case some fact's just not around, or you've had to use this taunt or something. It just means you could still have a chance of dispelling. It's not like a must-have. I mean, yeah, I think if anything, it's like potency could be useful as well. What was your potency? 63. So maybe that's a use for that mod I mentioned before, where I was saying health primary. Sorry, the potency primary. You could afford to put that on there, maybe. A bit of potency. I think there was 2 offense, which is good for the brute, and was the health as well. So that would be good for just keeping the stats nice and tanky. So I wouldn't say this is bad at all as far as a first step. Yeah, at least I'm thinking about how you can improve it anyway, because you've got the right mods as far as protection. You want a bit of speed as well, so he's getting turns in. But yeah, I do kind of like the idea of just putting a touch of potency and crit chance in if you can. I mean, there's no potency added via mods, and only a touch of crit chance via mods. By no means am I saying overload it. You don't need like 100% or anything, but like I say, they take that many turns out of turn that you can probably afford to just have a little bit, because they're going to take that many turns that the chance will probably land more often than it won't, if that makes sense. So just something to look at if you want to try and perfect your modding a little bit more. Okay, I like your mod sets here. Offense potency, 253 speed, nearly 100 potency there, and just shy of 7k offense there. What you got is just your actual arrows. You got speed, offense, defense. Again, really do that offense primary. You've got Relic 3 on B1, so I would say you could get a very comfortable 7k if you got offense primary. Could even be pushing closer to 8k if you got that as well. Bit more offense in the secondaries as well would not hurt. So yeah, just a little bit of a tweak there. I mean, when you think B1 has been sort of touted the last week or so as maybe being one of these sly Relicates, in the sense that he's not going to be useful for a ship or anything like that, which tends to be one of the considerations for a Relicate. But when you think he's such a big part of the General Grievous teams, that if you give him more offense, it's more chance that he's going to kill someone. It's as simple as that. It takes a turn every turn, essentially. Or, he attacks out a turn every turn. So giving him as much offense as possible, it's going to keep wearing down teams that counter. So your Night Sisters, your JKRs, it's just going to make it tougher for them to survive. And especially with offense. I mean, I use JKR quite a lot, as everyone knows. And yeah, if I faced a Relic 8 B1, I know yours is 3, I'm just talking over this a little bit here, but if you had a Relic 8 B1 with loads of offense, I mod mine for crit avoidance. It wouldn't matter one bit because he doesn't crit. So it would basically just dealing normal damage to me, and it'd just be chipping away at the health. So again, one way of just considering all this in the sense of it isn't a bad thing to really prioritize B1 for the offense. I know when I get a chance, I will take mine up for that reason. I know I went on a digression there. It wasn't really about your B1, it was about B1s in general, but I'm just putting an idea out there for you. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here that really screams out, look at me, look at me. So I am going to move up a bit. Scoundrels, we got anything of note here? Ooh, okay, so I kind of want Savvy Cat for the Galactic Republic faction because it's part of a two-piece, really. So we're just going to leave her for a moment. Let's see. Got a few things on here that I want to look at, but I want to save them for the factions. Nest is the one that's screaming out at me. On full tenacity mods, 199 speed, 163 tenacity, quite low damage. So, again, this is me personally. I've started trying to blend my mods a little so that when I'm using Nest, I'm going for an offense set with tenacity. Just for the simple fact, if I can get around 100 to maybe 120 tenacity, still a little bit low compared to where you are, but it's not bad, then I can load up on offense. Because when you think she's stacking up damage when she's getting hit, I mean, when she's damaged, she gains crit chance, bonus protection, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Nest gains 2% critical damage and health steal until the end of the counter whenever an enemy loses a buff or debuff. So, when you think about the Padme counter that Nest is involved in, she will need tenacity, that's for sure. She needs to resist the stuns from JKA, from Padme if she can. But what she needs as much as anything is offense. And granted, Ralix will do that. So, you know, we're looking here, 5,481. If you took her up to Ralix 7, I imagine she'd be close to 7k offense. But I'm thinking to myself, what can you do to sort of make sure she's getting through with the tenacity, essentially? So just try and flood that offense in, because 555 looks very low from mods. If you could get that up by 1,000, maybe even 2,000 via mod secondaries, even if you get tenacity mod sets, then she's going to be doing a lot more. I mean, I don't know if it's possible getting that high with mods offhand. I'm not great as far as working out what numbers are just from that, but if you can get that higher, then you've got a great solo option for bigger teams. So, want to consider as far as taking her up to Ralix 7, but maybe just want to reconsider the modding strat as well. Because you still need high tenacity, that is for sure. But if you can put offense in there as well, or even crit damage, then you're going to be getting that extra bonus from her that she can take out bigger teams. You might need Kira. I mean, have you got Kira down here? You got Kira at 2-star. Have you got a leadership? You got a leadership, so that's all you need. You don't need anything else for her, just a leader. You build her up a bit more, it wouldn't hurt to save banners, but you don't need her. Out of curiosity, is Dash Army what you got? No, no Dash Army. You did get me wondering there. We're going to have to keep a lookout for them armies. Alright, so just looking through this list, you've got obviously Bo-Katan at Rally 5 for JMK. You've got Lando and Captain Han for JML. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for Executor. Cad's there when you need him, obviously, from JMK. So Executor's looking very close for you. You've come on leaps and bounds since we faced one another by the looks of it. Okay, Resistance. 3 done. Rest is sort of chilling there, so move along, move along. Let's go to Rebels. We can look at Rebel fighters in there. So, Chewie. Nasty modded. Okay, 111. I did say it last time. I think you can afford to go offense tenacity as far as a mod set, because he's going to gain some tenacity from Threepio and Chewie stealing stats from CLS. If you were to mod one toon in this faction purely for tenacity, or at least try and get load as much up as you can, it would be CLS. And you haven't got the tenacity primary there as well, so you're kind of nobbling yourself there with that. The tenacity on mod sets obviously help. I mean, I've got to say, you've got some great amounts of tenacity mods and potency mods. You've got a great amount of them by the looks of it. But I'm looking here and I'm thinking, me personally right now, I'm going for an offense primary. I think it's offense primary. I might be telling a lie. I might be doing tenacity still. Yeah, I think I'm going tenacity still now. I'm saying that. Sorry for confusing people. I'm going for tenacity there, but I am going offense tenacity sets, and it's the idea that the tenacity primary at 6E plus the tenacity mod set should be enough to get Chewbacca up to, I think it was 80% tenacity, and then Threepio and Chewie would carry it over the 100, so that it would get past the tenacity barrier, if you like, of 100. So that was the theory. If you can get in close to 100, by all means do it, but I feel like Chewbacca is such a great offensive character. It's almost a shame to not mod him for some offense. Because even though I completely understand why you mod for tenacity, you don't want him dazed, stunned, etc. It's almost a shame to have him getting putting out low damage. So yeah, interesting. All right, what else we got here? CLS. Okay, tenacity primary there. That looks good. Then we've got health. Got crit damage, nice. Bit of speed. Speed. Offense. Okay, now I'm going back to what I said last time. The one thing I would change here, crit damage. Threepio and Chewie steals CLS's stats. He doesn't steal crit damage, but he does steal offense. So if you're trying to just, again, tweak your mods to get them as nice as you can, get an offense primary there. If we were to look at the offense total, and well, actually, let's have a look at total. You're just shy of 100% tenacity there, so teeny weeny bit of work to do there. Maybe taking that mod to 6E would help. But you got a nice chunk of damage there. So what I could say, if you were to, I'm trying to think, first of all, if you were to get an offense mod there, or an offense primary, I should say, there, and then maybe just flood a bit of offense into these. I mean, that it's not bad modding as such, because like I say, there's still things there that he would steal. But yeah, tenacity's the one you want him to get, but also offense. Yeah, maybe just a bit more offense in the secondaries. That's what I'd be saying. Don't forget, the more offense he has, the more he's going to steal, so it spreads across the team. If you could get that tenacity up as well, it'd be nice. You've got options there. I mean, let's just go to Threepio and Chewie a sec. Must style the others. He gains 40% of the leader's max health, protection, offense, defense, potency, and tenacity. So there wasn't a lot there that I saw that was bad. In fact, the only one that did stand out was the crit damage. But you don't really want defense spread across the team. You don't really want potency because they're quite potent as they are. So it's really just the offense and tenacity, because max health and max protection as well you're gaining from relics. So yeah, they'd be the two that I'd be looking at and just thinking, all right, can you get this team to be hard to debuff via CLS? You know, you can afford to give each of Chewbacca and Threepio and Chewie a touch of tenacity in the mods just to bump it up a bit. But make sure that CLS as a priority has got at least 100% tenacity, which you seem to be on target for. So yeah, let's just have a look at what you got here. You've got 12 speed here. Speed there, bit of offense. Got offense there, bit of speed. You've got speed, bit of offense. Got some speed there, and health is a bit of a waste there. You'd ideally want either offense in the secondaries with that, or offense there and something else in the secondaries, maybe offense flat. So yeah, it could be improved on with that cross, but the rest seem okay. 268 speed, that's not bad. But yeah, he's looking okay, 3PO and Chewie. I think common confusion seems to be that 3PO and Chewie's stats are shared, and it's not. It's CLS's, and 3PO and Chewie shares 20% of them. He gains 40%, and then he shares half of them. So yeah, it's just one way to work it out. Whatever CLS has got, he gives 20% off to the team. That's how you look at it. Plus a bit of crit avoidance, but they don't really need that. That's just like a nice little cherry on the top. So yeah, offense triangle, tenacity cross. You want Dynasty Cross offense mod sets, and they're really a bit of speed and offense. So, and Dynasty Cross if you can afford it. So yeah, they're the only things I've seen really. Mon, how fast have you got it? 189. Could do have been a bit quicker. I need to look at a video I was shown the other day. Apparently, there's a way to modder for light side territory battles that involves offense mods or offense mod sets. Yeah, I need to have a look at that because that could be quite interesting. So, if anyone's in the comments, give me a little nudge to remember that because sometimes I forget these things. Princess Leia. I've just watched a video kind of around her. First of all, the Omicron. I'm going off on a tangent. They're in Akbar. I love them, so I'm going to try and put those Omicrons on myself, and then I'll give feedback to everyone else. But just in the short term, I have found a team for her via another YouTuber, and if I see you've got something built up, I might suggest it. But I'm just going to put a little pin on that for now. All right. So Lando, Rolo, Wedge. Pretty much all the JMK requirements, or JKL. You got off-rebel scout up to 12, so good there. Is POW near? POW is not. Oh dear. Okay, rebel fighters really need POW. POW and HRS are the little cogs in the machine that make the team tick. So you could do again some gear on POW. From what I recall, he wasn't a bad farm though, so if you can just give him a bit of attention, he will get there pretty quick. Well done again casting in K2 up there though, because they're good for a GG counter with my Mothma, so well done. Alright, moving up. Old Republic, you got Double Zeta on T3. So that could be good if you wanted to try and do a GG nuke team. So, not very common you see them now. In fact, I was surprised I saw one on YouTube the other day. Arnold. But, yeah... very interesting, just in case you decide to go down that route. Night Sisters, anything. No Zetas, not a lot of gear on Zombie. Not a lot of gear anywhere except for Asajj, to be honest. So, what I will say, right, if you can get that stun gun on Zombie, she flies to gear 10. Seems to be a thing right now. I can't afford the gear. And I respect that. I have that same thing in my mind constantly. Honestly, if you just say to yourself one day, you know, I've got a stun gun here, I've got nowhere to put it. Just say to yourself, Zombie. Just don't question yourself, put it on Zombie. And you'll be amazed how easy the gear can be. I mean, okay, maybe it might not be the easiest, but by comparison to a stun gun, it was easy. So, yeah. Just when you've got that little bit of self-doubt in your head and you say, who's getting this stun gun today? Zombie. Again, that's to everyone, not just Maglor. Alright, I've just got this image again, a load of angry comments saying I've wasted a stun gun on Zombie. Alright, Django, Relic 7, we've seen it, still nice to see. Bo-Katan at Relic 5, what are you modding her for? You got health and crit chance. I don't like incomplete mod sets. I know you might say it's Boca trash. I don't think she's that trash myself, but each to their own, I guess. Yeah, I've been modding her for potency and speed myself. I like the idea that she can keep getting that days off. So yeah, I mean it's full turn cooldown, I know that, but I think to myself, still, if you give her speed, she's going to be taking enough turns to cycle back through to it in time. And if you put her in a team where she's got a bit of survivability, it should be alright. But then again, he doesn't seem to hold for me, so maybe I'm wrong. I can see a lack of Zeta on the armourer. She could do with a bit of love if we're being honest. Great tune. You got her 7-star though, so well done on that. I've been pushing for that on my Crimson account for a while now, and I'm just about closing in on it. Well done on Beskar Armourer as well. Beskar Armourer? Beskar Armour Mandalorian. I've just got mine on my main account to Relic 7, and that was a chore and off. So, well done on getting him to gear 11. I think gear 12 to 13 wasn't that bad. So yeah, congratulations, because I didn't find it an easy farm at all. So many car attacks. Alright, Jedi. And this is where the fun begins as Master Kenobi's. Oh no, it wasn't Master Kenobi, it was... Bloody hell, I'm a Star Wars fan, I forgot which Jedi it was. It's Anakin who says this is where the fun begins. And say, shame me, shame me. Oh, but I have got to point this out though. Shame, shame, shame. No Zetas. No Zetas. Okay, I get it right. Shaq is not a clone leader when Gas comes around, or at least she isn't first choice clone leader. But still, that is a very good Zeta to have. Both of them are, really. I know there's a Zeta crunch at times, but you don't see many accounts without at least one Shaq Zeta, if not two. So that's a sign of how good they are. We'll hop back to Shaq as well, because I wouldn't mind checking the speed out. Okay. We got Mal here. I'm expecting something tasty here. Please do not disappoint. And I'm not. 168k health, 134k protection. 510 speed's a little slow, if I'm being honest. I think mine at Relic 7 obviously is 564 or 567, something like that. So there is room to get Mal a bit faster. If there's one thing I would say, it's not slow. I've seen very slow Mals. I mean, in GA I've faced one that's like 400, 300 something even. So there are some people who've tried really making it slow, thinking, oh, it's still a GL, it'll go quick. But the thing is, if it's going that slow, it doesn't matter how much health and protection it's got. You could take turns running around it. So that'd be my advice here. Speed is still a bit important. If we're looking at what you've got, though, you've gone for a crit avoidance primary. That isn't bad, obviously. Crit avoidance and mastery. What is your total with that here? 66.5. So I don't disagree. There is a logic to it. You've got as much speed as you can get on there as well. So it's not, you know, you're essentially 9 down from where you would be essentially. So I can buy into that. But let's have a look where else you are. 24 here. Health and protection, so great modding. Got speed, touch potency. Defense and crit chance. I wouldn't say they're needed. Go to the triangle. You've gone for a protection. You've got speed, health, and a defense. We've got protection again. Speed, protection. Crit chance, defense. And then the cross. We've got speed, offense, potency, health. Okay. What I would say, again, I'm going by my own here. This is how I look at things. I can look past that as far as I think I've got a speed arrow on mine, and I can get that. It's like you've gone through the mastery. I actually back that logic, even though I don't follow it. I back it. So yeah, I get it. What I'm struggling a bit with. I get the idea for protection. I completely get it. So don't take it that I don't. I'm thinking though, you're getting a lot of protection from the relics at this point. I mean, it's crazy. It's filthy how much protection he gets from relics. You could afford to drop that primary. Still put protection in the secondaries. So get whatever your best protection secondary is on a triangle. Put that on there. As long as it's got a crit damage triangle. For the simple reason being, when Heroic Sand pops off, he really hits hard. Well, not just the JML, but the team does. They get crit damage up and crit chance up, plus they gain offense. I look at it and I feel like crit damage is understated because he's a tank. But when you think, once he becomes heroic, he just puts out massive numbers. I mean, you're not going to get anything from the leader ability, the inherited teachings. You know, that is a flat number. Whatever your percent protection is, he will do a flat number based off that. But when it comes to his normal abilities, he can do some crazy, maybe pushing it as far as like compared to say what Darth Vader used to do. But he still puts out great damage. And you think, crit damage is probably something that he needs here. just to make sure he's still putting out that level of damage. If you were to do a crit damage primary and then secondaries of protection, health, and speed, that would be a great mod. Honestly, I would completely be down with that. As far as what else I saw, this was a bit lacking. Again, we're looking at a GL here, and we're not just talking about a GL, we're looking at one that's got the best relic that you can put on it. So I'm being hypercritical here for a reason. Okay, so I look at it and I think the speed, obviously it's good. Protection, at this point, you're thinking, okay, you got protection primary, so the protection flat, it's good. The defense, doesn't really need defense. I mean, I'm looking, he doesn't have armor in his kit. His armor doesn't really benefit much. I mean, you couldn't get him that high anyway. So I look at it and I think, wouldn't it be better to try and just tweak that a bit more? Again, I'm being hypercritical here. I need to make this abundantly clear. I mean, I'm assuming you've got a good speed and you thought protection, let's just use it. This is where I'm going on though, because I think if you start farming up mods to try and improve your speed, I always said before to get tunes like Darth Revan faster, JML could be one to benefit, because this could end up going to someone like Darth Revan, but because your JML suddenly got, say a 24 speed for argument's sake, but you've got protection primary, protection flat, but you've also got, say, a bit of health and maybe a touch of offense even. I mean, you wouldn't need offense, maybe a bit of health percentage. You know, there's so many different secondaries that could do just a little bit better than them too. And again, I am nitpicking here. I am absolutely nitpicking. But yeah, we're at that stage where it's like, what can you do to improve? But yeah, potency, I like potency. In fact, potency is probably one I would have said on the one below when I was said offense. Potency is probably just as good, to be honest. If you put a potency primary down there, I wouldn't complain, in all honesty. Potency is good on the secondary there as well. Yeah, a lot of things here. I think your modding is good. I need to make that clear as well. The modding on this JML is very nice. I can see all the logic you've done to get to this point. I'm essentially saying what I do as well and trying to meet me in the middle a little, as far as saying, like I say, that arrow, I completely get it. I'm not telling you to change that or anything. I'm not even telling you to change anything else, but what I am saying is, as you get new mods, be open to improving what you've got here, because there are better. I'm sure there will be better. Okay, your JMK. Now, I did say recently, I am not familiar with JMK's modding, just as far as I have not got one of my own. Hopefully soon. That's the Zeta you're missing, I didn't realise that. So, what I've been told in recent times, I believe, is that you just need speed and offense. It was either speed or offense and speed or health, one of the two. But I'm looking, I think, 153 speed from mods. You could probably get a bit faster again. I mean, again, this is me saying get more speed secondaries. But yeah, maybe you could get up to 560 with a bit of a push. The damage looks okay. Again, I'm not familiar with numbers. My issue is when I face JMKs, I don't look at the stats really, except for maybe speed at a push, but I'm doing comparisons to my JML. So yeah, I'm going to leave this in general. I mean, we're going off what I can see, 17, bit of health. Health is obviously important for the bonus protection, so speed, health, bit of offense. Speed, offense, health. Offense, speed. Yeah, I'm not real sure any of that is needed. Health, speed, offense. Okay. And then health, speed, double offense. Okay, so a lot of that I like. Again, I'm going off limited knowledge here, so I'm not going to push my thoughts too far, but I would say that is probably the bit you didn't need. Defense tenacity. I'd say it's very... I would think that would be niche if you needed that. So, yeah, my only general thought there would be maybe a touch more speed. But again, I am going off limited experience. By the way, any JMK owners in the comments, just jot down what you thought, if you think it can be improved somewhere. Fill in the gaps I don't know. If anything, feel free to educate me. Okay, so gas. We could have done gas with the 5 first, but we can skip the 5 first here and just look at them all. So, nice chunk of protection there, I've got to say. 141 is very nice. You got 209 speed as well. And you've got 8k damage, so that is very nice. Praise to your modding here. This is a very good gas. How I view this, I would not like facing it on GA defense now. I mean, you've got enough offense in there to deal damage, but you've also got enough protection in there that, say I took a CLS in, I'd be saying to myself, could it punch through in time? So yeah, very nice. I would like to look into that though, I'll admit. I'd like to see how much you gain from Relic 7 to 8 with the offense, because yeah, I'm thinking I'm sure you can get up to 9k with the gas, but that's at Relic 7. So maybe with your mods, you've gone so protection heavy. That's with offense sets as well. I'm curious how far you could push that. I mean, if I'm looking, there was only like little smidgens of offense, wasn't there? Yeah, not a lot of offense in the secondaries. You got the percentage there. You got the flap there. So if you could just push your offense again up through secondaries, I feel like I'm really picking on your secondaries a bit here. But if you could get those secondaries with offense just that little bit higher. Woo. I mean, this one looks prime for rolling. I mean, you roll that speed, good. Health probably is the worst, and still that could be good down the road. Offense, that's the one you want to roll, but protection, you've got one chance there. Ooh, you could have a fun time with that. Okay, I've got to move on because I've been at 52 minutes recording and we've only just got to Galactic Republic. Okay, very slow JKL, but a lot of protection. Is it worth it with the offense? Yes, it is. 13.5k nearly, so very nice. You're going for offense, crit damage, offense. Okay, I like it. What I would say, you've gone pretty much the way I would. I've gone offense mods. I can't think offhand what my second pair is. I don't know if it's health or tenacity or potency. I can't offhand remember. So crit damage isn't bad. I'm going to say I'm not going to criticize it, let's say that. So it all looks solid to me. GK, quick health check. How is he looking? 120k health. Very nice, very nice. Let's move along. Yoda, what special damage have you got on him? 272 speed, 10k special offense. Could be a little higher. I mean, you get up to 12k there. So, ooh, that would be one to roll. Yeah, it's very rare to roll arrows, but that could be a very nice roll there. Yeah, not a lot to shout about there. Speed's okay, but not a lot else for Yoda. Actually, that could be good on someone like Jolie. The offense mod, maybe not, but I'm trying to think who else would benefit from it. Who benefits from health? Maybe? Yeah, the offense mod's a bit that throws me there. But I bet there's someone who could benefit from that with the health. Maybe Django? Yeah, no offense, but in the secondaries though. I'll have to have a think on that. There's going to be someone who could benefit from that a bit more. Speed. Yeah, this way you're struggling a little. You've got speed on characters, but sometimes you're lacking the other secondaries. So it's like here, you've got offense. It's low percent offense, so it's not doing too much. The tenacity and defense aren't doing anything. So yeah, it's like you didn't have offense primary or crit damage primary, so not a lot going on there. Protection primary, speed, no offense. It just keeps that number low. I'll say it again, Relic 8, second highest Relic investment in the game. And like I said, for a lot of people, Relic 8 is still hard to get, so it can be considered the first. Well, sorry, Relic 9 is hard to get. So, yeah, I really would try and improve your mods on GMY, because honestly, you can hit like a truck when he's well modded. Jolie, have you gone for the general advice? Ooh, Ooh, you've put a bit of tenacity in there. I like it. You've just flavoured it a bit with it. You know, sprinkled some on. 87k health. Bit of crit avoidance from the primary as well. So well done. I think someone's been listening. Honestly, right, I go full tenacity sets with health secondaries, and my health is not that fantastic, I don't think, but it's still around this ballpark, I think. So you can wean yourself off these, honestly. It feels frightening, I get it, but you can wean off them. But yeah, well done. I'd love to see someone just going that route with me. It feels like I'm not alone. Alright, Shaq, I did say I'd be back to her. Let's just check her speed and health. Health looks a little low, especially if we're talking cam mission worthy. 100k is possible, so 70 seems low. 297 speed, a little low. We could be talking 300 to 315 for a speed, so 297 is a bit low, but we're talking very narrow margins there. So I assume for cam you can swap your mods, so it's no big deal. Qui-Gon, I'll have a quick look at him. I don't know too much about his mods, but let's see, 231 speed, a chunk of offense on there, so we should pass that over quite comfortably. Okay, I think that'd be all I need to look at in this faction. I mean, just out of curiosity, have you got Ayla modded? Yeah, you've got Ayla modded the way I would. Crit chance and potency. Okay, let's move up. No, Jawas. We've got to look at the Jawas. Jacko, you have really spoiled me with yours. Okay, Inquisitorius, you haven't unlocked your second sister yet. Imperial Troopers, you got your Relic 8 Piet, so Executor's coming along. I am so glad that Crimson won't be facing you anytime soon, as things stand. Veers, you got him at Relic 3. Stark, I am assuming you'll work on soon to get to Relic 3 for C. So yeah, you've got a Trooper faction's beginnings. You could do taking Veers up to 5 if you want a C-Pit team. Honestly, you just need Veers. I've been using Start by Verd Range Works. Dark and Gideon. They do great in C-Pit. They can get up to 8% damage. Not sure how important that is to you, but it's still nice to have. Geonosians. Okay, you got the big one at Relic 3. The rest are just chilling at 12s. That's solid. It'll get your Watch Shard quite comfortably. Probably even help you with the Acclaim mission. Have the Galactic Republic. Okay, so I did say I'd be back for Cat, so let's have a look at her. .351 speed. Does she deal special damage? Yeah, I thought she did. Yeah, deal special damage. So again, I haven't got a cat. Or at least this type of cat. So I can't comment too much on the numbers. I've not had enough time to play around with one myself, for instance. But I know the speed's important. 351 looks very solid. So I'm going to just give that the mark of approval, as it were. 21 there. Got your 32, I'm assuming, yeah. 22. Ooh, 25 with crit damage. 20 looking good. And 22. So your cat's looking nice. The only thing I would think, and this again, it's a similar thing with secondaries. Offense. Simply put, if I'm remembering this right. Let's see. So I've got to find the piece of the kit for this. So when she uses Sheen or Shine, she swaps turn meter, dealing 20% more damage. Blah blah blah. That was it. Right down here. So whenever this unit evades or attacks at a turn, Commander Ahsoka-Tano's 4 sleep countdown is reduced by 1 and damage is increased by 50% stacking until the next time it's used. So think, the more you stack up that offense, if you build up Shine, or Sheen, however it's pronounced, you are increasing that number by 50% each time. So by no means is what you've got bad, but I'm just thinking, say she's dealing special damage starting at 8,472. If you could push that up to 10k, she's going to be going up by 5,000, then I'm assuming it's stacked, so 7,500, then it's just going to keep going up and up and up. So you look at it and you think, if you start that damage number higher, when she's using Sheen, damage number will go up higher. That'd be the way I'd be thinking anyway. It might not be important, but it'd still be something that I'd have on my mind. Okay. Adders. Health. Yep, all looking good there. Health primaries. 88k health. Quite a chunk of speed. I like it. Rally 5 as well. Curious if you're going for Lord Vader. Have you got any Bad Batch worked on? No. Got your Echo at 3. Alright, yeah, I've actually done that for Never Any Doubt. There was some mods on the poor fella though. He looks a bit anemic. Alright, First Order. Okay, looking a bit weak the First Order, but I think that's to be expected if you've spread yourself a bit thin with the other GLs. So let's move back. Ewoks. Okay, this is a fun one, okay? I'd mentioned Princess Leia earlier. And I'm half tempted to do this myself at some point, if I can. The theory I heard from the Gerbil, go and follow him on YouTube. I'll try and leave a card up top right corner if I remember right. Yeah, the Gerbil, he put a theory out that Princess Leia works well with Ewoks. Simple reason being, if you were to do, I think it was Chirpily, but it could be Teebo lead. And then do Paplu and I can't remember the order here. It was, I think it was Teebo, Paplu, Alda, Logray, and Leia. It was something like that. And the logic was that Leia acts as the damage dealer instead of Wicket. But because she's got stealth as well, she's going to be gaining more stealth via Teebo lead. I'm telling everyone this. This is not anything to do with a roster review, but I'm just sharing what I've heard. So yeah, allies have a 55% chance to gain stealth for 1 turn at the beginning of turns, and 50% chance to gain 25% turn meter at the end of their turns. So in theory, Leia's going to be staying on the stealth a lot longer than she would be with just her special ability, which means that when she uses a special, she gains all the buffs and she takes a bonus turn. So I can't help but look at it and think there is something in there as like a nifty little trip team. I mean, I might have tried it in GA one time with Temin. I've got a good Leia and I've got pretty naff Ewoks. Or, yeah, they're worse than what you've got, let's say that. So, yeah, I might try it one day just to see if there is an idea behind it, because I did like what he said, the idea that Wicket with his offense, it's lower than what Leia does on her basic. So the theory's right that if you take out the damage dealer for another who's got some good synergy, it kind of works. Like I said, I'll put a link to the video I was watching on up the corner, and hopefully you guys can judge it for yourselves. I think the Ewoks are a very interesting faction. I'm beginning to really warm to them. Alright, Empire. By the way, let me just have one quick check. I'm running over massively here. This is going to be the longest roster review I've done at this rate. 146 speed, needs to be a bit faster. I mean, Paplu needs to be your fastest Ewok, even if you're not modding them to be good.
Sorry, could you say that again? Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Even if you're not modding Ewoks to be fast, you know, good, or they're just going to be some trash team that you use in case of emergencies, make sure Paplu's the fastest. That way the turn order goes right. Alright, Empire. We've already looked at Vader. What have we got here? We got Piet. 295. Looks solid to me, that. Touch more potency wouldn't hurt, but tenacity there is pretty nice. What about Thrawn? How fast are we? 274. Could be a little quicker. I think maybe 290, pushing 300 would be nice, but again, my Temin's about 260, so I can't say out. Your TFP is ready for Executor. Well done there. Droids. I think we've looked at most of these, haven't we? Yeah, I don't think there's anything I've missed here. So we'll move on. We've looked at clones, so it's bounty hunters. Bounty hunters are pretty much the last thing. Maybe bar a few clones. So Bulba, I didn't look at Bulba before. Touch slow, but not too slow. I mean, I think mine's the same, but yeah. Nice physical offense though, so well done. You got that down. Let's see, Bosky Boy. 84k protection, 288 speed, 86 tenacity. That could be improved. You're at Relic 5, so I'm not sure if you can get comfortably to 100k protection. So 84 could be alright, but I would say your tenacity definitely could be 100. And your speed could be improved. So even if you can't touch the protection up, these two stats definitely could get a bump. Protection there, tenacity there, speed there. So you got your primaries right. Yeah, that's all just about improving the secondaries. Just actually, I mean, like this, if you roll that, that'd probably be a good start. You get a bit of protection there. Roll that, you get your tenacity boost, bit of protection boost. But yeah, you're not a million miles away. It just needs rolling some mods, really. So yeah, it'll look okay. How fast is your grief at gear 12? 245. It could be a bit quicker. If you can get him to about 260, 280, it just means he's not far behind Bosk. Amongst all of this, I haven't seen your Omicrons. I assume you've got Shapeshifter. Yeah. Alright, so how fast you got Zam? 260. So she gains 20% and then she gives 20%. So let me do this quickly. 260 times 1.2 takes her up to 312. Then if I times that by 0.2, she gives her fallow bounty onto 62.4 in Grand Arena. So that takes Bosky Boy up to 350-ish. So yeah, 350, that would probably put him ahead of most Darth Ravens. So yeah, that is pretty solid. It'd take Bulba up to about 290, I think. And Django, I think, was about 250, so it'd take him up to about 300. Yeah, it'd take him over 300. So yeah, you could have a very fast bounty hunter team there. You know, it would take out a few things. Do building up Aura. Aura lead's good for getting a quick contract. It means you can take out Darth Ravens. But I like it. You've got good stuff there again. Fiver first. How fast is Rex? 286 speed. Okay, could do touching him up a little. We're looking at 300 as a benchmark for Rex, but yeah, pretty solid there. And I think that is it. Last thing I guess I'll look at is 5s. Got a lot of health. I'm guessing that's cam build. Yeah, not a lot of offense, so I'm guessing that's health. So, interesting. So, I saw another Omicron, didn't I? So where did that go? Qui-Gon. Of course, I forgot Qui-Gon. So yeah, I did look at him, but I forgot about the Omicron. So yeah, we've already talked about Qui-Gon. He'll gain his bonuses to speed and all that and offense. So yeah, my overall thoughts, because like I say, I've definitely run over here. This has been way longer than I intended. What I would say, you've definitely made a lot of progress since we faced each other last time. I mean, I think you said it was in August last year, and yeah, I don't think I could have beat you then. And, well, I don't think I could beat you now compared to then, let's say that. So, yeah, by all means, I'm sure you want a rematch. But, yeah, I'm curious what happens next for you. I mean, Executor looks very close. I mean, just quick glance at shit, so I'm really trying to avoid stalling too hard here. Where's your Razor Crest? You got your Bomber at 7, your Razor Crest at 7, so you are ready. You got your Ebenork at 4, just one more star to get the reinforcement ability to 3. Yeah, you're looking really solid. So yeah, very interesting. That's all I can really add here. I mean, what I would say, once you've done Executor, you look like you've got a few of the pieces for C. So I wouldn't be too surprised to hear you going down that road next. Because you've got 2 light side GLs, so it doesn't hurt to have a dark side. Plus C's so great on offense. And it would forge your JMK or JMR on defense. So I would not be surprised to hear that. Plus you'll be really pushing on with the Kyber League. Or Kyber Division, whichever one it is. So, yeah, you've done incredible since we last faced. And I will add it again. I do like these 6-month review ideas. If you want one, shout me out, and when it's coming up to the 6-month mark, get yourself on the list again, and with any luck I'll be able to see that you've pushed the 6 million GP barrier, and I've got a load of new stuff to look at. So, yeah, one other thing I would just say, and I've been saying it throughout, but just try and farm some mods up. Just try and get more speed secondaries. Try and make sure you've got good speed and offense secondaries, speed and health secondaries. Just try and get those secondaries up to ball, get them up to mark, because they're so crucial as you play through, you know, making sure that everything is modded accurately. You know, again, I don't say my modding is perfect. I don't say it's fantastic, but I do try to strive for what I can get. So it's like I say, I don't like my Vader on my alt account. I keep trying to farm mods to get it. I feel like I always have to give them away to someone else. So yeah, it's just a case, keep doing it. Just keep trying to farm mods. It'll really benefit you down the road. All right. I've been talking pretty much non-stop for an hour and 12 minutes, so I'm going to stop now, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Maglor, give me any feedback you want, either on YouTube comments or in Discord. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch as always. Twitch schedule is Wednesday to Sunday, 9 PM UK time. We stream for a couple of hours. We do Grand Arenas on there and some other games, so come check us out. I try and get YouTube videos up once a week during the week, but I might occasionally skip Thursdays. I'm trying to think of a regular slot for that, so maybe I've been thinking of doing a Grand Arena review on Thursday, where I just do a very quick video detailing what I thought of my Grand Arenas. So let me know what you think, folks. Other than that, catch you in the next video. See you around. Bye for now, everyone.